Hi, it's Steve from PartSelect. Today we're going to show you how to change the door handle actuator on your dishwasher, and it's a really easy job. All we're going to need is a number 2 Phillips or a number 2 square head screwdriver and a small flat blade screwdriver. Let me show you how we do it. Now, to do this repair, we will need to disconnect the power to the dishwasher, so locate the proper fuse or breaker in the panel and disconnect the power at that point. Next, we'll open the dishwasher door, and then we're going to remove the 4 screws across the top and 1 down on each side, and these are the 6 screws that hold the control panel to the inner door panel. So we'll just remove all 6 of those screws, and we'll support that control panel while we remove the last screw. Then we'll tilt the door back to an upright position. Then we'll tilt the control panel forward while lifting up on it. We'll roll it forward. And then next we'll need to disconnect the membrane switch from the control panel. There's a little locking tab there that we need to disengage, and gently pull that connector back. And now we can set the control panel on a suitable work surface, and we can replace the part. Now, with the control panel on a suitable work surface, we're next going to remove the metal support bar across the top. We'll take note that it does tuck in behind that door latch assembly, so we'll just carefully pull that up while holding the plastic portion in position. And we'll just roll that forward and remove it completely from the control panel. Now, next we're going to remove the handle portion from the bracket. So simply just spread that bracket a little to one side, and then you can pop the handle completely out. Just pull it out of the opening on the opposite side and set that aside. Now, that gives us access to the actuator and the bracket. So it's probably easier if we pull that whole assembly right out of the control panel. Now, there's a couple of tabs down on each side that secure the pins on the edge of that actuator. So with a small flat blade, you can just reach in there and gently pry those free. And lift the whole assembly out. Now we'll snap the actuator from the mounting bracket. We'll line up the new one the exact same manner. Slide the spring onto the end. Engage the hook on the spring in a slotted opening on the actuator. And then mount it into place. We can now put that whole assembly back into the control panel. Now, when reinstalling the assembly, we do need to make sure that those pins fit into the slots on the bottom. So we'll drop the whole assembly basically into position. Then with a flat blade screwdriver, we're going to just press those pins down into the little slots and make sure that they engage properly. And again, make sure that the mounting bracket snaps back down on top of them as well. Now, to insert the handle, we're going to depress the actuator. We'll slide the handle into the opening, and we'll put the pin into the hole on the assembly. And we'll just spread it slightly so we can get the opposite side in. Make sure the handle is tucked underneath the edge of the control panel opening. Then check the operation. Now, to reinstall the metal support bracket, again, we need to make sure that that tab on that support bracket goes in behind that plastic portion of the assembly. So we'll roll it into position. And then make sure everything lines up with the appropriate holes. Again, check the operation. And now we're ready to reinstall the control panel. Now to reassemble the control panel, we'll first need to reconnect that membrane switch. So we'll line that up with the receptacle on the control board, making sure that we have the locking tab pointed up. And carefully push that into position and make sure that the tab locks in place. And next we need to ensure that the top edge of the outer door panel fits up in behind the lip of the control panel. And then we'll just hold that against the inner door panel. We'll tilt the whole assembly forward and reinstall the screws. Now we're ready to reconnect the power, and our repair is complete.
I told you it was an easy job. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your repair.